they're having their meal from the grasses from the ground. The food is becoming scarcer and scarcer. They're up the tree. Now, how do you get those leaves from up the tree? So you need to elongate your neck. So over generations, you've got now longer and longer necks.
So you're agreeing with me?
No, that is debunked.
How? Okay, go on. So why?
Let me tell you what you don't haven't read.
How are you
so,
for 5 minutes and you haven't got your point?
I'm just telling you in a second.
Hurry up.
Right. Hurry up.
Yeah, please get to the point. You've just described giraffes. I know what they are.
No.
Can you tell me what your point is?
No. I thought this was your subject, and
giraffes aren't my subject.
No. Your subject on evolution and genetics. Okay. So, good. You should have known that. This is very basic.
I do know that giraffes have long necks.
No. But you do know the idea that longer necks of giraffe came as a result of. That's what you described.
Yes.
No. Yeah. This is blatantly debunked.
Can you tell me how?
Yeah, I'm just telling you now.
Thank you.
Okay. So the idea was this. So you have to have longer necks and longer necks to reach
I know the idea. Please tell me how it was debunked.
I'll tell you how. So now, what happened was this. So these giraffes are getting longer necks. Right. Okay. So when they have babies, do the giraffes feed their babies by picking the food into the mouth? They don't. So now the baby giraffes, which don't have longer necks, they are all wiped out.
All the baby giraffes are wiped out.
There's no food.
So then how are giraffes...
Wait. Your so-called model that you need longer necks, but the thing is you haven't passed on this information in your genes yet, right? So there's still giraffes, baby giraffes with shorter necks, and they will die out.
You're right.
So you will not have any longer neck giraffes.
Absolutely. Yeah, we agree. So the genetic material in the longer giraffes survives.
I'm saying the genetic material didn't even pass on.
It did, because there were lots of different types of giraffes, some with long necks, some with short necks. And all the short neck ones, as you just said, they all died. So the only ones left had genetics that made their necks longer. So that was passed down, and that made their genetic makeup different from other animals, like horses, that don't have long necks. So you see how two species could come from a similar origin. That's evolution, that's my point.
Your point is, you need to go and read about this debunking business against, which obviously you are not familiar with.
Yeah, okay.
Secondly, so all the other species, they died out, right? Only the longer neck animals survived.
No, in that area, only the longer neck animals survived. Because in other areas, the trees were lower down. That's called adaptation.
Right. So if you now flap your arms, are you going to grow wings? Why not?
Because my food doesn't come from the air.
But
if only the food was in the air, then maybe we would find a way in a billion years.
Wait. So the giraffes, how do they know they need to have longer necks?
They
don't know. So what happened?
So what happens is, imagine a million giraffes. It's a way too big a number, but imagine a million giraffes, right? Yeah. And some areas have big trees and some areas have small trees, right?
Sure.
And in the areas with the big trees, only the animals with long necks, only the giraffes with you know how I'm a bit taller than you, this guy's a bit taller than me, only the tall giraffes were able to get to the food. So the shorter giraffes died and weren't able to have kids, right? So you know how when you have someone who's tall and someone who's tall and they have a baby and the kid's really tall? It's like that. So all the giraffes were trending upwards in neck length, because that's where their food was.
No. How is the neck getting longer? Because it's all programmed in your genes,
How do people get taller when their parents are taller and they have kids?
Slow down. I thought you had a bachelor's degree.
I do.
In genetics. Are you saying?
I'm not in genetics, in biomedical science.
In biomedical science, are you saying you can become 18 foot tall?
No, I'm saying that in a million years my ancestors could.
Slow down. What's stopping you from having children 18 feet tall?
What's stopping me is that those children would have to have children many times.
What's stopping?
Nothing. Let me explain.
Nothing?
Yeah, let me tell you right now. If I had a child and that child had a child and that happened a million times,
have you anything heard
that child at the end could be 18 foot tall, but not my kid. It's a long period of time that this change happens over.
Have you not heard about genetics?
Can I ask you what you haven't heard about? Do you know what the vagus nerve is? Have you heard of the vagus nerve?
Slow down.
Have you heard of the vagus nerve?
Wait a second. Yes, I have.
What is it?
No, you tell me.
The nerve that goes from the heart to the brain and it controls your heartbeat. Okay. In a giraffe, the vagus nerve goes the entire way down the neck, all the way up to the rib cage and back around the neck. Okay. It's like really long. And giraffes die all the time and have genetic diseases and leg problems because their neck vagus tongue is too long. Can I ask you something? If it was designed, why wouldn't the vagus neck just go straight down? Why would it do this huge loop? Is it perhaps because the necks were shorter once and the vagus nerve went straight through, but as it got longer and longer, the vagus nerve had to loop higher and higher and higher?
Slow down. What controls the height of your subsequent generation?
About 60 alleles.
Is the genes.
Yeah, about 60 alleles.
So genes have already got programs of what your children's going to be, whether they're going to be 18 foot tall or not.
They increment certain things. It's not like...
Oh, wait, come on.
I'll give you the point.
In the genetic programming is already there. If you have children with someone of your height, for example, you are surely not going to get a child who's 18 feet tall.
Okay.
The reason being, it's been programmed in the genes. The genes have been already programmed.
What if they were only 1 centimeter tall?
Listen,
that can happen.
Listen.
That can happen, right? What if they're only 10 centimeters tall?
Excuse
My
me.
kid could be 10 centimeters tall.
Excuse me.
Reasonably, right?
No, listen. Your children will have the genes from you and your partner.
Yeah, and also randomization and mutation.
No. The genes control the proteins, right? The gene controls
They control the
lots of
makeup
things.
of your body.
Good. The gene controls your height.
Many genes control your height, not one.
Good. So the genes are the ones responsible for your height determination.
Yes.
Good. So if they're already programmed to make you at a particular height, what would make it to become 18 feet tall?
Good question, right? Have you heard of hypersomatic mutation or crossing over? Do you know how diversity occurs?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I have
answer your question,
heard
you just
of.
spent a while asking me a
So
question.
now, if you mate with anyone in the world, right?
Yeah.
Are you saying
That they could be 18 foot tall?
there's
No, never said it.
Why not?
I'm saying
Why not?
Because not enough time has passed for such incremental changes to your genetics to make that difference.
Mutation. Look,
I
mutation
didn't
is
say mutation. I said changes. Okay. Look, if my kid is 10 centimeters taller than me,
what's the term that you asked
can
me?
my kid be 10 centimeters taller than me?
Hang on.
Could my child be 10
Excuse
centimeters
me.
taller than me?
What is the
yes,
term?
right? Yes. So
What
if
is
my
the
kid
term?
could be 10 centimeters taller than me, then couldn't his kid be 10 centimeters taller than him?
What is the term
or 1
that you?
centimeter?
What is the term that you asked me? Have I heard before? Excuse me, brother. Excuse me.
Right, but if the environment benefited
Okay,
a
brother,
taller
continue.
guy,
No.
if the environment benefited a taller person, then maybe his kid who was shorter wouldn't be as successful, and only the taller people would keep going. We don't live in a world where height values our ability to have kids, which is why we're not all really tall. But giraffes do.
What is the term you asked me to consider? Have I heard?
I didn't ask you to consider it. Oh, Vegas now.
No. After that.
I don't know. I've got no idea.
Anyone remember?
No, dude, because
What is the concept you said? Because when
variation. Was it variation?
No, what? No, you didn't use the word variation. What did you say? Super duper what?
Oh, somatic hypermutation.
What's the last word?
Hypermutation.
What's the last word?
Mutation.
Yeah. So mutation.
It's not to do with
Slow down.
rays or anything like that.
Mutation.
Yeah. It just.
What is a mutation?
What it means is that so you know how we all have different blood types, and you know how amongst children and their parents there can be different blood types.
Is this how you describe mutation?
No. What I'm talking about is
Describe
how
what is a mutation.
Okay, so these things become randomized.
No, what is a mutation?
These things become randomized because somatic hypermutation is a process by which, when a sperm and an egg create, the genetic material is randomized to create natural diversity, which is why your kid doesn't look exactly like you. That's
What
why
is a
their kids-
mutation?
A mutation is when something is different. It's when something changes. And what I'm describing is a change that happens
Slow
when
down.
an egg and a sperm connect.
Slow
they
down.
have diversity. The kids
When
not
you
exactly
have
like you for that reason.
when you have chromosomes,
Yeah.
the crossover, they exchange genetic material.
Yes.
They follow a particular program, which is already there within the genes. How should DNA replicate? How should DNA unwind? And you will have the RNA, you have messenger
DNA, helicase, and all the bits.
Good. So it's following the particular program.
Yeah.
It's all programmed there.
Yes, it's all
A
programmed.
mutation is
The
what?
mutation is programmed in it. There is mutation specifically programmed in it.
Mutation is
Yes,
programmed in
it's
it.
programmed specifically into our DNA. That's how you get things like genetic diseases. That's how you get things where the genetic
Mutation is programmed in
It's
it.
exactly programmed into it. Randomization of our genes is called diversity.
Wait.
It's part of us.
Wait. So mutation is programmed in our genes.
Yes.
So mutation is not just something going wrong through
it's not.
accident.
It's absolutely
So it's a program itself.
Yes.
Something
It's a
that I
tool
learned
we
today.
use.
You know what? Something. No. Something I learned. So I should be able to check that in any
Please,
textbook,
look,
right?
Look, I'll look up on my phone for you
Go
right
ahead.
now.
Right.
Absolutely.
Mutation is programmed in our genes.
I'm going to look up for you somatic hypermutation.
No. Look up mutation. I'm interested in mutation.
Okay, dude. Whatever you say.
Yeah.
Look, somatic hypermutation
No,
is
mutation.
a cellular mechanism by which the immune system adapts to new foreign elements to confront
Look up
disease and
mutation.
cross-switching. So what I was telling you about
Look
blood
up mutation
He's
and
right
see.
about that. I'm a scientist. I did genetics.
Dude,
Excuse me.
please.
Is mutation
Stop trying to
already
redefine my
programmed
point. I never
in your
said mutation. I
genes?
said
What this brother said.
No, excuse me, my
I don't know
brother.
the full thing, but what he said is a fact.
Excuse me.
no. It's a somatic hypermutation.
Yes, I'm a
It's
scientist.
a real scientific thing.
So am I.
Okay, but I actually
Good.
practice science. I did genetics.
Good.
He's right.
Good.
Yeah, I just want to say
What is a
that.
mutation? What is a mutation?
God, dude,
Now,
can you
he's
stop
got a
this?
genetics degree.
Why can't-
Excuse me, what is a mutation?
I'm not going to define something. You said you're a scientist. You know what a
No.
mutation is.
Please, can I ask you a question?
Can you answer the
Excuse me.
question?
But I want to ask him a
Excuse me.
question.
I may even be
He's
with
always
you in the
asking me
debate.
questions. I should be able to ask him a
But
question.
I'm
I would
asked to be
simply,
truthful.
I'm
Asked to be
simply.
truthful.
Let me ask you one question and then
I did not say yes, no, anything or question about
You
it.
say you didn't. What a
Somebody,
politician.
I put a mutation. I'm simply questioning the very basis of genetic variability
Can
and
I let this
variation.
slide and ask a new question?
Before you
Fine.
do that,
It's a complex issue.
mutation is it programmed in our genes?
As he said, there is mechanisms where it can be, yes.
Yes.
So in our genes, it's all programmed to have mutations.
Yes.
Don't worry, move beyond this point.
Can
And
I? No, it is.
as
it
a
is.
geneticist yourself, our genes, there's a program to have mutation.
You're oversimplifying massively, but yeah.
Yeah?
Can I ask you a question? I really want to ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'll let it go. I know
I
I've
may
been
even be
frustrating.
with you, by the way, but I'm saying I
exactly.
saw incorrectly.
I know I've been a bit
No,
difficult.
at least I know from a geneticist, programs,
But let me
mutations
just-
are programmed
let
in
me
our
just- let me
genes.
just ask
It's
this
not a
one
big
question,
deal,
okay?
really.
Look,
It is a big deal.
Look, I have conversations like this about big questions all the time, okay? Everyone likes to talk about stuff. Ideas are beautiful to focus on, much better than people, right? So sometimes what happens is we go down this chain of like, people ask, what happens before evolution? And what happens before that? And what happens before that? And ultimately, you're going to get to a question I can't answer, right? Like, where did the universe come from? Because I'm not going to tell you, there's no answer to that question, okay? I don't know.
Can
right?
evolution answer the question?
No, evolution is a part that comes later, but I don't know where the
That's
universe
why-
came from.
that's why
But I wanna
evolution is
ask you
either red
something.
herring
I want to ask
in
you
this
something.
argument.
If I don't know where the universe came from, and I'm willing to accept that I don't know, and scary as it might be, say, I've got no idea, like maybe we'll find out, okay, maybe we'll be able to answer that question when we have more, ways to see, but right now, I don't know. So why are you so determined to say that you do know? Why can't we just not know? Why can't we just look around and stuff that seems practical, accept it, and stuff that other people are just telling us and can't prove, we say probably not.
Listen, if God tells us something about reality, are you still going to question it? Oh, I don't want to know. I don't know. No one knows. God doesn't know either. Is that what you're going to say?
I really have to go, actually.
Do you follow this? If God tells us about the reality, we accept it.
No, I don't follow it.
Yeah, so God doesn't know.
No, I don't follow it because I've never had a message from God. No one's ever spoken to me. So I might lack the tools to see it. You might see something I don't, but I'll be honest with you, this is all I can see.
Look
and I'm
at
happy
this.
with it. It's good enough for me.
So you're basically saying God has to speak to you to believe in Him, right?
No, I'm saying that anything wants to be believed, it should prove itself in some way. But look, I really do have to go, man. I appreciate it.
I know you have to
Take
go.
care.
Bye-bye.